Hey everybody, we are going to dive right into how to track affiliate link clicks in GA4 using Tag Manager and ultimately visualize that in Google Data Studio. It is going to be a wild ride. Apologies for my cardboard box behind me. That's a new desk I've got to unpack. So without further ado, we're going to hop into it. But first, the first thing you want to know is that actually I've got an entire article on this, and so if you would like to, you can feel free to hop on over. The link is in the description, and there's an entire link on it. And while you're there, feel free to download the DataStudio.Vip cheat sheet over on DataStudio.Vip/YouTube. It's going to be a great, helpful tool to run through when you're hitting your publish schedule inside of Data Studio. But let's hop in to Tag Manager, GA4, and ultimately Data Studio with the lens of an affiliate marketer. Okay, so let me get my face out of the way and we're gonna hop into Tag Manager directly. So here we are, we have a dummy Data Studio VIP tag. You can see I haven't really done anything. I was just testing some stuff out here, but we have a clean new Tag Manager account, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna first of all hop into our tags and see we got nothing here. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to hop into our Google Analytics account right here, and we are going to say, what is our measurement ID? So if you just set up an account, here we got a dummy account, you can see right here, what on earth is happening? We got G dash, and it will be your measurement ID. Another way to view that is you go to admin, and then you can either use a setup assistant, but I personally like to go to data streams, and you can click on this and it will give you your measurement ID right here. So that's how you can find that in GA4. Let's copy that. Let's hop back into Tag Assistant and let's set up everything that we need to here. I'm gonna go fairly quickly, just follow along and follow that blog post in the description down below if you get lost. I love to talk fast and I love to go fast. So first thing we're gonna do is set up our GA4 configuration tag. All we gotta do is paste that in right there. Bada bing, bada boom, we are off to the races. And then we can just come down here and set our trigger on all pages. It should be a default trigger, nothing to do. I'm gonna name it GA4-config duration, and we're gonna hit save. And that is the configuration tag, basically loads on all pages and configures GA4. Go figure. Next thing we're gonna do is we are gonna pop on in to our analytics account right here, and we are going to hit exit out of that, but we're going to hop right into the configure and you'll see a debug mode. Boom. Just I like to pop that open just to see what's happening. Second thing we're going to do here is we're going to create a new trigger right here, and we're going to say it's for all link clicks. You can see it right here, but I'm going to show you how to do that. Hit the plus button here, select this. Under just links, we are then going to do all link clicks, and here you can say all link clicks. I'm gonna just give it mine a 2, just because I know it. I've already got one named all link clicks. And then we can either create a tag or not create a tag. It's totally up to you. I'm just gonna actually exit out of this and discard changes because I know that we've already got that click trigger in place, but I just want to show you that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the preview button, okay? If you don't have Tag Manager installed, just Google that. There's a bajillion things to do. This is not a basic tutorial. It's an intermediate for our affiliate marketers out there. But this is what you need to do there. I'm going to hit preview. It's going to open up a new window for us with Tag Manager. Oh, what? I'm pretty sure I have that installed. Not sure why it's not letting us do it. All right, let's just try that one more time because I don't know why that's happening. All right, hit preview. Let's open up, type in https DataStudio.Vip. Should have everything set up and locked and loaded. Opens up a new tab and boom, you should see Tag Assistant connected. First thing I'm gonna do is just click on something. I'm gonna click on a link that is I know is a hyperlink, and let's see what happens in our Tag Assistant. So let's go back into Tag Assistant. What you can see is we are inside of Tag Assistant, and here is everything that's coming through. You can see here, all this stuff, all the thing we care about is where it says link click, right? That is all that we're looking for. Because we set up that little tag, it's listening for a link click, and what do you know, they showed up. And you can see here that it tells you exactly what link click happened and where we went to. So there's the URL. So now that we know that it's at least working, right, that should happen for you guys, let's set up everything else. So in GA4 right here, you can see the actual what happened. We got first visit, we got a page view, we have all this extra information, we got all this goodies, and we got that second page right here. We got a user engagement. So the first thing we want to do is we want to say, how on earth does this work? And that's where GA4 is difficult because there's these two things. We have events, right here you can see page view. We have parameters, all this information. So when we have clicks, what we're going to do is also make sure that we're tracking parameters. So now what we can do, and again, follow along on the blog post. Here you go. I'll show you exactly where we are right now, just so you have an idea. Is we did all this stuff right now. What we can do is look at this. This is what we're going to set up right now. So what we're going to do is we are going to hop into Tag Manager. We're going to create a new tag, and we're going to call it click. GA4 event, use our configuration tag, and we're just going to make a new one called click. We're going to hop into our event parameters, and we're going to add in our rows. So now is where it's really, really fun because you can customize these as much as you want. I'm going to recommend the defaults that Google does, but you can customize anything you'd like to send on a link click, which we're just going to keep as the defaults. The first one is outbound, and then there is link underscore URL, link underscore class, link underscore ID, and link underscore text. Okay, so those are the defaults we've got. Now I'm sure you're wondering to yourself, how on earth do you get these variables in here? That's the beauty of Tag Manager. Is all we have to do is click on this little section right here, and we should see here, we got click text. Boom. Right here, click ID. What do you think that would be? Click ID. Click classes. What do you think that is? Boom. Click classes. Link URL. Bada bing, bada boom. Click URL. As you can tell, it's pretty straightforward. Outbound is the thing that we want to really customize. So just so you have an idea, the outbound is the values options are true or false. Those are the values that we could possibly have. How do we know if it's an outbound link URL? Glad you asked. First thing we're going to do is come up here. We're going to create a new custom variable, and it's going to be an auto variable. The auto event variables are really great because you can do so many different things with what they are. So the first thing we want to do is decide what we're looking for. And remember, we want the output of true or false. And so now what we can do is take a look at this host name, element URL. We're going to strip out the WWP. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a new field. Oops, went down the rabbit hole a little bit too far there. Not the host name. I'm sure you saw this. It's outbound. Whew, that was what we wanted to. So now we want affiliated domains. If you hover over this, what you're going to see is a comma separated list of affiliated domains. So the variable value will be true if the URL domain does not match this. So for example, say you had two different websites. You had DataStudio.Vip and you also had our parent company, Media Authentic. So here, DataStudio.Vip, comma, MediaAuthentic.com. So if any link is to these, the value will be true. Or false, sorry. If it's not to these, it will be true. So that way, we know every single link click if it's an outbound link. So what I'm going to do is name this auto outbound link click. Hit save, and that will automatically fill that for us. So the value is true or false. Last thing we're going to do, grab our trigger that we made originally. These are the same thing, all link clicks. And we're going to name this GA4-click. Hit save. I know it went pretty fast. So we got the configuration that has the page view. We got the click that has the click. What we're going to do is hit preview, open this up, and it should open up directly for us on the page we were on. I'm just going to say hi to everybody who is still watching because I know this is going to be a longer tutorial. Drop a comment down below if you're watching. If you like the fact that I now have my keystrokes right here. I can see it being awesome. I can see it being a super irritating thing. But just drop a comment down below. Nothing too deep here. So, okay, we've got this open. Now let's go through it together. What you can see is a stream of information flowing in here, and we've had the configuration loaded because it loaded on all pages. Now let's head back into here and let's click on something. Let's click on the About DataStudio.Vip. If you did not know, in the very bottom left corner, when you hover over something, it will tell you what you're about to go to. So let's go to the About page. If you have not checked it out already, please do so. We are then going to head back over here, and what we're going to look at each of these pieces. So on this link click, boom, it fired. So GA4 click. Let's see what happened. If you click on this actual tag and we hit on values, you will see that it was not an outbound link. The link click was to the About page. The class was nothing because I don't think I had a class assigned to it. The ID was nothing because I don't think I assigned an ID to it. The link text, the link text was read about DataStudio.Vip. Now let's head into Google Analytics and see what happens. So in Google Analytics, we are now looking, and you can select your different devices if you have them here. For us, nothing major. But now you can see here our click. I believe that's what we have. Now, boom, outbound false. Ta-da! Link URL. Boom. Link text. Boom. Look, everything else. Boom, 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 boom. So now all that information is being stored inside of GA4. The next step in our succession, so let's just recap really quickly, is first we got our tag manager account set up with the configuration tag and the GA4 click tag. The next thing is we then got our link, all those parameters set up, right? And I went through it pretty quickly. There's an article that talks about it. And that's the thing we did next. Now we double checked that it was working in our dummy account. The next thing we're going to do is turn those parameters into dimensions, which we can access via Data Studio, and then we'll make a visualization. So I'll show you exactly how to do that, and then we're going to actually switch into a live account so you can see all the information as opposed to just my 5 hits on this. So let's hop back into the situation. Now, head over to custom definitions. The first thing that we're going to do on the custom definitions is we're going to hit create a custom definition. Mind blowing, right? So under the dimension name, I like to just name them what they're called. So let's just say link URL. Now you'll hit this drop down, but since this is brand new, it's not going to work out. So what I usually like to do is I will hop into our tag manager account. I will open up the actual parameter that I know we're sending, and then I'll just copy this. So link URL, boom, paste that in here, paste that in here. That way we know the event parameter is the link URL. And it's event scope because it's every event, right? So that's the one thing we're gonna do there. Create another custom dimension here. We're gonna just do that same thing all the way down. So we can create one for every single one of these. Link, text, etc. Right? So here you can see how those are all created. I'm gonna hop in now to the live version. So let's just show you the live account, and we'll hop into the exact custom definitions. As you can see, we've got quite a bit over here. But if you look closely, what you got is outbound link clicks, the link URL, etc. Right? All these are shown quite simply. So that is what your account will look like with these links right here. And now let's look at where we can see that information inside of Data Studio. So I'm going to open up Data Studio and we'll show you from there. All right, so we now have a Data Studio report. I just created a new one right here. And we've got our live DataStudio.Vip, Google Analytics 4 right here. So say we want to see our outbound link clicks. Like we want to see what links are being clicked on. All we have to do is this. This is the beauty of this, is we can add in our dimensions that we created, right? So the link URL, maybe you want to have the link text, right? And then obviously we need to, obviously we're going to have to filter this to just have those specific ones, but don't worry, we're getting to that. Next thing we're going to do, change events. We can change this to sessions, right? Sessions or event count or total users. I'm going to add all 3 here just for example's sake, and we're going to double click on this line to make things extra chunky. Okay, so now all these things, now we need to add a filter for the event. There's 2 ways to do this. Usually when I'm building a report, what I like to do is just add a simple control with a fixed size list down here, just because it's just easier. And then all we're going to do is just say only clicks. Now we see every single link click. Okay, when I'm building, that's why it's easy to kind of like filter through those. But what if we wanted to say only this chart have that? All we have to do is add a filter that includes where the event name is equal to click, and event name equal to click. That way we know what it is when we have it. Same thing happens both ways. Just wanted to give you lots of options here. So now here are all the clicks that have occurred to these destinations, right? We're looking at to the actual destination of this thing. Well, what happens if we want to have just our, not host name, sorry, outbound? Now we can see all of our outbound link clicks. So what I'm going to do here is show you how we can simply do this, like, and make it like actually usable. Now we know that it's all here. Now you have an idea of what that schema looks like, but let's hop into exactly what I would build. I'm just going to take this. We're going to have the link URL. We are going to have the link text, and we're going to have the sessions, event count, total users. These should cascade smaller, right? Because one session could have multiple link clicks. One user might have multiple sessions. So that way we should always see kind of that trend along those lines. What I'm going to do is simply add in a control that is a checkbox. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a new field that says outbound links equal true. Okay. And only outbound links. Hit apply. Now what's going to happen is as if we mark this, and I'll show you because sometimes this can get wild, is if we have outbound links as false, right? So some of these are true, some of these are false. What we can do is we can simply toggle this on, and now it's going to filter to only the outbound link clicks. And so that is the beauty of Data Studio, because now what we can do is we can create some new charts here. Let me just show you really quickly and say we wanted to know how many sessions contained a click versus sessions that did not contain a link, or that did not contain an outbound link click. All we would have to do is keep this right here. We could then easily group these together, right? Boom. I hit Command G. Now if we go to view mode, if I hit only, only true. And I'm not sure why that is not working over there. That shouldn't be the case of those lining up, so we'll see what happens if I add a date range in here. Or everybody is super happy-go-lucky on clicking our affiliate links. There we go. Now you can see exactly how this is where it's supposed to be working. Okay, so here, what you'll see, it loads by default. We've got 1,366 sessions here equal. We've got all these link URLs, click text, etc. We toggle this on. Now we only see 121 sessions that had outbound link clicks. So again, a little bit of work to get that right. You can see the grouping here, etc. But it really allows you to say, okay, we're converting this many link clicks to specific locations. So here you can see icons 8 is being clicked on and going to there. But now let's add in one more feature. So what I'm going to do is ungroup those, get rid of our other ones, and let's just say we want to say just our link clicks. And we can add that same filter we had before. So here's the number of sessions with link clicks. And we've got our outbound link clicks right here. I'm just going to reset us back to all of them. So we've got the URL, the link text, the outbound link click, but now What if we wanted to see what page they were on when they clicked to this URL? What we can add is the full page URL, and I have a clean version, which you can watch another video that will link above to see that. So now you can see the page they were on this page, they clicked to the icons. That is the highest clicked destination. They were on the icons page, they clicked the white icons is the highest destination. They were on this, how to use icons in Data Studio. So you can see here how this could be really helpful. But what I'm going to actually do to level this up one more for you is we are actually going to change this chart into something that's called a pivot table. So in a pivot table, what you're actually able to do is group things by what they like should or should not be grouped by. And it's going to be absolute chaos when you just do it like how I did it, because it doesn't really matter that much. And so we have the full page URL clean. We have the link URL, so which they clicked to. Then we're going to hide these columns. We don't need these columns. We could actually move them up here if we would like to, because the columns get things really confusing. And now what you can do is you can simply come in here and adjust these widths a little bit. And I'll show you exactly what we're looking for. So now we're going to sort by the event count. Perfect. So now if we head into view mode, and let's get rid of our outbound link clicks because that's going to get things a little bit extra confusing. Make this a little bit chunkier. Okay, so now what you'll see is this. This is the beauty of Data Studio, is we now have on the home page, right, on DataStudio.Vip, this is every URL that was clicked to. So here we've got people clicking to icons. That's the most clicked one. We've got people clicking to the, clicking to probably on the like logo or something else like that, right? So the link URL is there. Maybe I probably actually have a few broken links, right? Because these are also showing up there. Maybe people clicking to learn. So you can see here that the people that click to learn, they click there. We got people clicking to the course, right? And you can see the number of users, etc., that click to there. We've got people that click the actual logo. We have a little parameter there. We then have people clicking login, all the course members that are clicking login on the home page. We are clicking all these different destinations. Okay, so you can see here how many different destinations there are. On the icons page, our second most popular page, you can see people clicking the white icons, etc. Now, if we add in only outbound link clicks, now what you'll see is every single page where they clicked a destination. So here they were on our Data Studio reports, they clicked to either the support URL or they clicked somewhere else. Here you can see that they're on the icons, people clicking to icons 8 or Emojipedia. People were on the visualizations, they were clicking off the site to the actual visualizations. Now you can see every single outbound link click without needing to do anything crazy. So I hope that was like, that's it, guys. Like, that is the bread and butter. Now you can simply come in here, see where are my top affiliate link clicks, where are the ones that are clicked outbound, and should we be doing more of that, less of that, etc. So without further ado, guys, that is it. It's late here for me, and I really hope that that made some sense. I know that I went fast. I know that there's a lot of things, but do not hesitate to leave a comment down below. There is a ton of extra resources on datastudio.vip/learn and all the other things that are there. I will see you guys in the next video.